But right now we need to break in quickly and go to the University of Ghana campus where UTAG is having a press conference there. As you can see, the president, Dr. Eric Opoku, has been addressing the media there. Let's go over to the University of Ghana and listen to him momentarily as we go along. But after you've heard from Superintendent Alexander there, who was addressing the issue about carnages on our road, let's go to Parliament there, because Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay, has been explaining to the House's decision not to pay respect to the victims of the Kintampo accident on Monday, as it rather observed a minute's silence for victims of disasters in New Zealand and Southern Africa. He also says that the House was waiting for the Member of Parliament for the area to return from a fact-finding visit to the area to deliver a statement on the issue. We'll take you to Parliament shortly. It appears that we can go over now to the University of Ghana, where the president of the UTAG, Dr. Eric Opoku, is addressing the issues concerning University of Education, Winneba. Let's hear him now.
Well, wow. We will not specify the time, with the view of finding a lasting solution and an end to the victimization of lecturers and other staff on University of Education, Winneba campus. If we see no end in sight, UTAG will advise itself. We thank you for your time.
So, we'll take...
Monsi jama ba ko mon raise jama ba ko mon raise jama ba ko
for the summarize it resolution. Let me summarize
Just summarize.
All right. So we'll do a little summary for for the local stations. We'll just do the resolutions. And then a brief background and then the resolution before we take the questions. Thank you.
And you're not adofo.
Those are live visuals coming from the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA, in Medina there. You heard the UTAG president, Dr. Eric Opoku, addressing a press conference that they had this afternoon. And basically, some of the things they're saying is that they want President Akufo-Addo to investigate the conduct of Professor Abeka on the University of Education Winneba Council. They're also asking Sraj to look into the matter. UTAG is questioning the promotion of the council chairman and describing it as illegal. And then his consideration for membership of the council, they say, is fraudulent. Again, some of the things they're saying is that they're challenging the claims of the council on a number of dismissed staff. Now, if you have followed the conversation, the university had about 30, we're told, about 30 lecturers sacked for various offenses. But UTAG is saying that the claims of the council, the University of Education Winneba's claims about the staff, they're challenging those claims. They say the council had earlier in a press conference said that UTAG exaggerated the number. UTAG is insisting that the figure is 23, including the list of those who have been transferred, due to what UTAG is saying is vindictiveness. They say that UTAG is also saying that they have picked signals that more lecturers and students are set to be sacked. UTAG is also calling for the reinstatement of all the staff. Now, the last time we spoke about that issue right here on this show, we understood that UTAG had been given a directive to write to all the persons who have been sacked to be reinstated or to begin processes for their reinstatement. As to why that has not happened, we cannot tell. Now, UTAG is calling at their press conference today, calling for the reinstatement of all staff of the University of Education Winneba who have been sacked. They also demand the resignation of Vice Chancellor Professor Afo Broni, and they're asking for investigations by Sraj into the case that they're describing as conflict of interest leveled against the council chairman, Professor Abaka. The Catholic Bishops Conference, they're asking also to call Professor Afo-Broni to order, and they are making all of these demands at a press conference that's still ongoing at the University of Professional Studies here in Accra. You just heard the UTAG president speak there. We'll be crossing over momentarily again to them to get some more responses from them. As you saw earlier, they had asked for some questions, so they provide answers. Unfortunately, when we had crossed over to them, they were already done with the main speech delivery. But there's going to be questions and answers, and we'll cross over to bring you that. That is UPSA, where that press conference by the UTAG is ongoing.
Allegations about UTAG and all of that with the MP. UTAG, I say it categorically, UTAG does not connive with anybody before arriving at any legitimate decision. We know how to fight our fight. And every decision we take is over a long period of reflection and argumentation. So every decision or every agenda that UTAG is pursuing is being pursued out of candor, truthfulness, sincerity, and integrity. So far as Honorable Afenyomakin is concerned, if he has any issues with U.E.W, as he might have articulated, he is pursuing a different course. UTAG is pursuing its legitimate course as a credible union in Ghana for tertiary education. So that is it.
Thank you. So we want to thank all of you, for especially our friends from the media. For you have a comment. Yes? No problem. We will do that. We want to thank you very much for your time.
That is the UTAG president there, the UTAG organizing a press conference at the University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSA, and it's all about the University of Education, when about the closure, you know, the confusion going on there, about 30 were told lecturers who were sacked, etc. The chaos that followed from the students. Well, the UTAG this afternoon is making some demands. They want President Akufo-Addo to look into the matter. They want SHRA to look into the matter, to actually investigate. And one of the key issues that they have is a promotion of the council chairman, and they want him as well to be investigated. They want that promotion to be investigated. We have a release right now from the University of Education, Winneba, from the council, explaining the promotion of the council chair, and it's a 3-page document. I'm going to try and break it down. Read excerpt of it for you. It says University of Education Winnipegg's response to a story circulating in the media on the issue of promotion as a condition of service for senior members. It reads, the management of the University of Education Winneba has been alerted to some information circulating on several media platforms regarding the university's policy on promotion as a condition of service for senior members, in this instance lecturers, from one rank to the other. The university once again has taken note of the misinformation, misrepresentation and mischief that have characterized the circulation and the subsequent discussion of the issue on some mainstream and social media platforms. Management therefore takes this opportunity to correct such misinformation, misrepresentation and mischief, and more importantly, has also decided to use the opportunity to educate the media, our stakeholders and the general public on this particular issue, and states as follows. Like I indicated, it's a 19-bullet point information. Let's see if we can go through some of it for you. It says, the notice of application for promotion prior to retirement is a provision in the Unified Condition of Service for senior members of the public universities in Ghana, but not a provision in University of Education Winneba status. Now, whilst I do this, let me quickly get on the phone lines now, because I've got the PRO for the University of Education Winneba. Hopefully, he'll be able to summarize for us this 3-page document that I have in front of me at the moment regarding the response that they have to what they're calling information circulating on the media that they believe is inaccurate. I've got Ernest Azuntiga on the line now. Mr. Azuntiga, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening to your discerning listeners.
Very well. I'm much more interested in talking to you about the reopening of the school because a lot of the students are affected there. But there is a release that you just sent this afternoon, and we'd like for you to summarize it for us. Like I said, it's a 3-page document, and it just came in. So I've not been able to, break it down and do the summary. But you can, because you understand and you know the issues. You're responding, first of all, to a story circulating in the media, you say, on the promotion of on the issue of promotion as a condition of service for senior members. Please break it down.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take it from this way, and let me make it clear, let me put it on record, that the promotion that is in contest, which is the privilege clause that allows senior members of the university to give a 6-month notice of application prior to retirement. It's a privilege clause, and it is quite different from the provisions that are contained in our statute. This very provision is found in the Unified Condition of Service for Universities, public universities in Ghana. And we would have to understand that as a provision in the Unified Condition of Service, it is more of a welfare issue than the normal promotional processes that are required as prescribed in our statutes. Now, as a welfare issue, you understand from conventional wisdom that a worker's circumstances cannot be made worse off. At best, if it cannot stay where it is, then it should not be made worse off. Now, this particular clause has been in existence since 2008. Now, sometime in 2010, the University of Education decided to have its own procedure for promotion. And in that document, they decided to review it from 6 months to 12 months. That the notice should come 12 clear months before proceeding to retirement. Whereas in the Unified Condition of Service, it remained 6 months prior notice to retirement. Now, when this council took over, what it sought to do was to try to overturn some of the policies it described as unfair. Now, among these policies that they were considering were the clause that disallows someone who is 40 years or over to join the university. Another one was the bar on people who do not have PhD from progressing from senior lecturership to the ranks of associate professor and full professorship. Then there was this 6 months prior notice clause also to be considered. And so along the line, in August, the council had a meeting and the issue of 6 months prior notice came up. They discussed it again in December. On December 28th, when they met, the issue came up again and they discussed it. And council resolved to review that particular privilege clause. Of course, this clause has always been in existence under the Unified Condition of Service for senior members within public universities. So what happened was that council reviewed this particular clause. Now, in addition to reviewing this clause, council then opened the door for all those who had been affected by this clause adversely to reapply, provided they could provide evidence of having applied and having been denied within the said period. Now, a circular to that effect was floated, was sent around, and people were duly informed. 4 people, including Professor Abeka, Professor Meku, Dr. Engineer James Musa Sedu, and Dr. Kumsa applied, and they are being processed. Now, in the case of the council chairman, his processes had gone through.
Okay, so Mr. Azontiga, I don't have a lot of time, and I appreciate that you're breaking it down further, but From my understanding, this was the council chairman was able to. He was promoted because he qualified after he qualified after the council reviewed the regulation.
Okay,
that's correct.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah, if you could make it very brief for me, I'll appreciate it.
That is where the confusion is. This clause, the 6-month prior notice, was always there since 2008.
Okay.
And that University of Education, Winneba alone, decided in 2010 to adjust it upward with disregard for what the Unified Condition of Service had. And so council's view was that it was unfair and that it had to be reverted to where it used to be, and then duly inform all those who had been affected in the intervening period to reapply, provided they could provide the evidence and all that.
Okay.
Now, I was just about to end.
Right, right. Let's end that one there and talk about the school. Is it being reopened already?
No, the school is not reopened yet.
Why not?
Like we told you before, the school is going through the processes. Last week, in the course of last week, there had been some high-profile meetings to come up with new schedules and projections as to when we could reopen. As I sit here, I have a rough idea of when we could reopen from the meetings that have gone on.
Which is when?
There are still processes to be followed, and so
can you tell us? Give us the idea that you have as to how long it's going to take from now for the school to be reopened.
We are looking at something between 3 to 2 weeks, because all these things still have to be confirmed or affirmed by council and the rest.
So between 3 to 2 weeks, what is happening between this period that makes it impossible for the students to come back to school?
Thank you very much. Now, within these weeks, what we have done is to initiate procurement processes and try to get all that we need to fix the things that were destroyed, at least the basic things for the students to come back and continue their academic work comfortably. But at the same time, these were projections subject to the approval of council and RESEC. And so within this period, that is what we are seeking to do for council to approve it and for RESEC to also give us.
So from the look of things, if you're looking at 2 to 3 weeks, we're looking at somewhere getting into Easter. And that is certainly going to affect the academic calendar.
Yes, the other time I told you that, of course, when we come back, we'll certainly take whatever time we have lost into account. And in the projection, all these things have been taken care of. There is a revised calendar, and when we put it out, you will see.
Okay, a revised calendar, you say. Ms. Azuntiga, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Ernest Azuntiga is the PRO for the University of Education. Whenever the school is not going to be reopened until between 2 to 3 weeks. That is his projection, and it's all subject to council's decision. He says based on that, they are readjusting the school's calendar. Certainly, the students will be affected. Now, wait for.